and I'm one of the aviculturists here at the Monterey Bay Aquarium that helps care for all of our African penguins. We have 18 individual birds that live inside this exhibit. 16 of them are adults with the beautiful black and white plumage, and then we do have 2 juvenile penguins named Thule and Piper. On the menu this morning, we have some capelin. Geyser's getting ready to help himself. And then we're also going to have a couple smaller fish called silver sides that we'll toss in at the end for the birds. Why don't we go ahead and get started, friends? Go get your breakfast. Good penguins. Dives away. So it's a busy time in our gallery right now. Although unfortunately you folks can't visit us, we are having our nesting season at the moment. So there might be a couple penguins that you won't see in the pool. Miss Sabi, I know, is sitting on a nest at the moment. Some of the other birds may choose to also hang out inside of their nest cavities. There's Malopo. And I'm going to also be target feeding a couple of other birds, like Mr. Durbin here in front of me, and Miss Ray when she hops into the pool. And then Malopo's one that I tend to toss fish to. She says, "Come on, Kayla, hurry up. Thank you, thank you." Here, Durb. So most of the birds will eat fish out of the water column as I broadcast it into the pool, but there are a couple that, again, we toss to, or like Durbin that we hand it to. Good boy, Durb. He says, "No, not that piece." And it's kind of a slow morning. Their appetites are definitely increasing with nesting season going on. A lot of the penguins have different priorities at the moment. You may see some pebbles scattered around on the floor behind me. Those are nesting materials for our penguins. We also will provide them with things like the cactus matting that I'm kneeling on right now. We'll actually cut some old pieces of cactus mat up and give them chunks of it to carry around to their nests. In the wild, African penguins would honestly grab anything they could catch. Grasses, old bones, feathers, rocks, you name it, it's fair game. Even here in our exhibit, sometimes our penguins will collect our cleaning supplies, like scrub brushes. And then we do have some invertebrates that live inside the pool with the penguins to help keep our pool clean, like urchins. And occasionally an urchin will get picked up as well, but they're easy to grab and find and put back into the pool. Oh, Durbin says, "No thanks, not right now." Here, Malopo. Good girl. So penguins have a really cool adaptation that allows them to keep their nest sites clean, and it is called projectile defecation. So that's a unique feature that penguins have. This allows them to keep their nest sites clean without pooping into the nest or getting their eggs dirty. Penguin eggs and very young penguin chicks are very vulnerable to predators, so it's not really worth the risk for a penguin to abandon its nest to go potty. So this projectile defecation feature has allowed them to stay on the nest while they poop. You may see some of that in action here inside our gallery. We wear protective equipment such as my glasses and my bib overalls to help myself stay clean and free of any splatter that may come my way, but you'll also see streaks all around the gallery, and that's just from the penguins. So on average, the incubation rate for African penguins in particular is about 38 days. They're, for the most part, monogamous, with about 80 to 90% of penguins returning to their partner the following year. However, when our penguins here in our gallery, when they have access to all the food that they want, lots of resources, access to different nesting sites, it isn't uncommon to see them perhaps change mates. So Messina is one of our penguins that I know she has her eyes on a few gentlemen different times of the year. She has nested with Carew before, and she's currently nesting with Pringle, and I have seen her make eyes at Dassin a few times this season. Fortunately, Dassin's holding true to Ray, and he's enjoying her as a partner. Good birds. Yeah, a lot of our capelins just ending up on the bottom of the pool, but that's all right. I can throw slow. Good birds. So typically, African penguins will lay 2 eggs in the nesting season. Very rare occasion, they may just lay 1 or maybe even lay 3. Ours mostly will lay 2. Here, Durbin. See if he would like some fish. Nope, no thank you. You want to try again? Nope, no thank you. Okay, I will stop my offering. So a lot of times when they're finished, they'll hop up on the back of the pool, kind of behind me here, this is kind of where they first haul out. They'll come out, shake off, preen a little bit, and then most of them will head back to their nest cavities. Walvis is swimming around with her fish right now. Just a nice quiet morning here in our gallery. All right, penguins. So wild African penguins would typically dig out burrows to nest inside of. A huge feature that they need for their nest sites is shade. They need the ability to keep themselves cool and also keep their chicks cool once they do hatch. So historically, they would, on their nesting sites where, for thousands of years, penguins have been standing around and pooping, there's a pretty big collection of guano. And the penguins would actually use their legs to scrape out burrows and make burrows inside of that guano. I think Durbin's ready for another. Good boy, Durb. Oh, no. There we go. Good boy. But they would make those nest sites inside the guano caves. But then they may also find a nice spot next to a big shady bush, maybe a big boulder that creates a lot of shade during the day. Lots of different options out there for them, but it is very important for them to find those shady spots. In our gallery here at the aquarium, we provide our penguins with different rock crevices that they can use as their nesting sites. But we also have a couple birds that have chosen to nest on the floor in the past as well, and we provide them the opportunity to do that. Yes, we do. Well, things have really slowed down here, so I'm going to probably give them they're all finished, because I think I've only got a couple birds picking off the floor right now. Okay, penguins, all finished. I think most of them were already finished, which is quite all right. I'll talk to you for a few more minutes, and then I'm going to throw in their silver sides for them, and I bet a few more might hop in. Bee's already looking at me like, are you going to throw those? Those are my favorite. So first, if you're looking for more ways to support the aquarium and follow us online, you can find us on YouTube and Twitch, where we're streaming. You can also follow us online, find the Monterey Bay Aquarium online at Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, as well as making a donation on our website. And we are putting those donations right to work. It's really helping us take care of the animals during these wild times while we're still closed, and we really appreciate it. And we're really enjoying getting to the opportunity to share the penguins and their stories with you every day, so thank you so much for tuning in. I'll go ahead and throw some silver sides, and then we'll probably call it a day. There's Bee. Good girl, Bee. Bombs away. So silver sides are just a really desirable fish of most of the penguins. That's been my experience with other penguins I've worked with as well. They're just a nice, tasty little fish. Okay, penguins, all finished. That was all of them. All right, folks, well, thank you again so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye.